Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Monday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. An injured Fort Campbell soldier returned home Saturday to hundreds of well-wishers. Here's Marie Fainer with more details about this heartwarming story.
After losing both his legs from an IED blast in Afghanistan, hundreds of people welcomed Staff Sergeant Chaz Allen home from Walter Reed Medical Center.
You are what we call, you young man, are what we call the best of the best. That's right. I appreciate it. No, we appreciate you. That's right.
His first sergeant was among the hundreds of well-wishers who anxiously waited for his return.
Staff Sergeant Allen is a phenomenal instructor. He is a soldier. He cares about soldiers. He gets an enjoyment out of training them and watching them learn as he puts the information out. He is a phenomenal guy.
The hometown hero thanked everyone for their support during his tough journey to recovery.
I'm glad that I've made friends or got friends along the way. It's really hard. Thinking about everything I've gone through, and man, I'm glad it was just me, not anybody else.
Amen. Amen. A family friend said she was eternally grateful for his undying commitment to serve his country.
He made a great sacrifice for us, and I'm thankful, but I wish he hadn't lost his leg.
With hundreds of well-wishers at his side, the staff sergeant spoke about seeing his family for the first time after losing both his legs.
And at first, when the girls came up, they were a little shy about being around me, and I knew they would be. But once I showed them that I really didn't care about my new changes in life, they didn't care either. Once they seen it was okay, all right, they were like, whatever, it's just old Dad. So, I'm glad they love me for what I am and who I am.
A happy ending for a true hero and his family. Marie Fainter, Source 16 News.
We all love you. Yeah.
Governor Steve Beshear ordered flags at all state office buildings to be lowered to half-staff today in honor of a Fort Campbell soldier who died while supporting Operation Enduring Freedom. 39-year-old Sergeant Luis Ramos Velasquez of Puerto Rico died May 26th after insurgents attacked his unit with an IED in Kandahar Province, Afghanistan. He was assigned to the 4th Battalion, 101st Aviation Regiment, 159th Combat Aviation Brigade. In Marshall County, officials are investigating an apparent murder-suicide in the Kentucky Lake subdivision near fair dealing. Marshall County Sheriff's Office says they received a call around 8:45 Saturday night from 66-year-old John Armstrong of Benton, claiming he had shot his wife and was going to shoot himself. When officials arrived to the Millbrook Lane home near fair dealing, they found the bodies of both Armstrong and his 73-year-old wife, Marjorie Armstrong. Again, this investigation is ongoing. And speaking of Marshall County, officials need your help with information about a large amount of electronics stolen from a Marshall County school. Marshall County Sheriff's deputies say electronics were stolen from North Marshall School on Friday. Now, anyone with information on this crime should call the Marshall County Sheriff's Office at 527-3112 or Marshall County Crime Stoppers at 527-COPS. Meanwhile, a Hopkinsville man is recovering from his injuries after being shot in the leg at a party over the weekend. 19-year-old William McAllister Jr. told police he was at a party at the J.C.'s building on Richard Street Friday night when he heard a gunshot in the building. McAllister reportedly ran outside toward the vehicle he was supposed to ride in when he was shot in the leg. The bullet grazed his right leg and entered his left leg just above the knee. No arrests have been made regarding this shooting, but if you have any information, call Hopkinsville Police at 270-890-1500. And Christian County Sheriff's deputies say a local woman stole thousands of dollars worth of jewelry from a relative. Heather Dossett of Huntington Court of Hopkinsville is charged with 1 count of theft by unlawful taking and theft by deception. According to Dossett's arrest warrant, she unlawfully stole jewelry worth over $12,000 from her aunt, Vicki Newton. Captain Chris Miller with the Christian County Sheriff's Office reports between October 1st, 2010 and May 16th, 2011, Dossett was hired to clean her aunt's house and had access to the jewelry and admitted to the theft to her aunt. Dossett told sheriff's deputies she pawned the stolen property at a local pawn shop and received over $1,100 from the business. According to Miller, the victim was able to recover 9 pieces of jewelry from the pawn shop. However, 4 remain missing. A Hopkinsville man is behind bars after he locked himself in his sister's bathroom and refused to come out. Police say 21-year-old James Chambers was court-ordered not to be at his sister's East 12th Street residence, but forced himself into the home through a back window. Chambers' mother even showed up at the scene and tried to convince him to come out from the locked bathroom, but he refused. Police kicked the bathroom door in and used a canine to apprehend Chambers. He is charged with second-degree burglary and violation of a court order. 2 people are recovering after their car overturned on the Julian Carroll Parkway last night. State police say 17-year-old April May was driving southbound in Fulton County around 8 o'clock last night when she dropped off the right shoulder, overcorrected, and traveled into the median. The car overturned several times before crossing back over both lanes of traffic and stopping in the southbound emergency lane. May and her passenger, 59-year-old James May, were transported to Parkway Regional Hospital by ambulance. James May was later transported to Vanderbilt Medical Center by air evac. State police are continuing to investigate that crash. Kentucky's chief defender, Edward Monahan, says he is backing a policy statement made by the American Council of Chief Defenders to safely prevent unnecessary detention before trial. Monahan says it's not fair, prudent, or cost-efficient to detain individuals who operate under the presumption of innocence when they are not a flight risk and pose no danger to the citizens of Kentucky. The policy statement recommends defenders, prosecutors, and judges to examine pretrial release practices, identify and implement national standards, collaborate with criminal justice stakeholders, and to develop effective pretrial litigation procedures. Well, difficulty staying on task, being easily distracted, constantly losing things, and never finishing projects all are telltale signs of adult attention deficit disorder. Lots of people think they may have adult ADD, but sometimes symptoms are the result of other issues. Here's Vivian Williams of Mayo Clinic with more about adult ADD.
This is my craft room. Adult attention deficit disorder, or ADD.
When you have ADD, sometimes it's overwhelming.
Her symptoms are classic. She'd start one task, get distracted, start another, get distracted, and another.
That you end up with a lot of started projects and nothing gets finished.
Lydia's symptoms began to disrupt life at home and at work.
It's data entry right now.
That's when she went to Mayo Clinic for help.
The notion of adult onset ADD is a bit of a misnomer. The diagnostic criteria for ADD require the onset somewhere prior to age 12.
Dr. Glenn Smith says to have ADD as an adult, you have to have had it as a child.
So people who come and say, you know, I have new attention problems that started only after age 20, we need to investigate further.
Because it could be something like a mood disorder, depression, or even sleep deprivation. Lydia can trace her symptoms to childhood. Her treatment is twofold. The first is behavior modification. She's devised routines to help keep her organized. For example,
when I do laundry, I dump it out on my bed to fold. And that means that I have to fold the laundry and put it away before I can go to bed.
And she color codes everything. Her craft room, at work.
I do make lists, but sometimes I forget where I put them.
She even color coded her kids.
My oldest son, Joshua, his colors were blue and black.
Justin wears earth tones, Andrew's green, and Alex wears reds.
And it's the colors that they like.
Being organized and not taking on too much at one time helps keep Lydia focused.
You have to figure out what is really bothering you. and figure out a solution that you can turn into a routine so it happens automatically.
Lydia also takes prescription stimulant medication. You might wonder how a stimulant helps keep you focused. Dr. Smith says the theory behind these drugs is this. One of the tasks of the frontal area of your brain is to determine what to focus on and when to act. Like a circuit breaker, it blocks out distractions and suppresses impulses to act without thinking. Stimulant medication works by activating this area of the brain, increasing the blocking activity, which helps you stay focused.
And for me, it works.
Lydia will likely have to deal with symptoms of ADD for the rest of her life. But thanks to treatment and effort on her part, that life is happy and full. For Medical Edge, I'm Vivian Williams.
And if you'd like more information, visit mayoclinic.com. Well, here's a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. Goodwill Industries Incorporated is hosting a grand opening and ribbon cutting Thursday, June 9th at 11:30 to celebrate their new location at 2622 Fort Campbell Boulevard. And the Chamber of Commerce is inviting the public to attend its Lunch and Learn series Tuesday, June 14th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2910 Fort Campbell Boulevard. Cost for that class is $15. For more information, contact the Chamber of Commerce, 270-885-9096. Meanwhile, Carriage Hall Assisted Living, located at 313 Cool Water Court, will be hosting a business after hours Thursday, June 16th from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. For reservations, contact the Chamber of Commerce, 270-885-9096. And one of the Chamber's newest members, 360 Computers, will be hosting a ribbon cutting Wednesday, June 22nd, 11:30 a.m. at 800 South Main Street. These Chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan.